Hello students, in this video we are going to learn a new chapter, that is data handling. For the data handling, here they given some conditions, means information, just you read them. Runs made by a batsman in the last 10 test matches, number of wickets taken by a bowler in the last 10 ODIs one day innings, the marks scored by students of your class in mathematics unit test, number of story books read by each of your friends, okay, etc. Like how many kilometers are there your home, how many chapatis you will eat a day. So this type of all information collected in all such cases is called data. Okay, so whatever the things you telling, a bowler can take 50 wickets, a batsman can made a century, half century, hundreds, 20s, okay, those all things we can collecting, those are called data. Data is usually collected in the context of a situation that we want to study. For example, a teacher may like to know the average height of a student in her class. To find this, she will write the heights of all the students in her class, organize the data in a systematic manner and then interpret it accordingly. So it's like your marks also. So after your UT exam, what we will do? So we will make the list of all subject marks and we will make it in one paper, and we will make a notice on a notice board using the marks lists. Okay, so that thing also you can call it as your data of marks, and that data can be represented in graphically to give a clear idea of what it represents. So then which type of graphically are there? So those methods are types here. First one is pictograph. Pictograph means here they will represented with the picture, pictorial representation of a data using symbols. So here they using one car is equal to 100 cars. Okay, one symbol stands for 100 cars. So if you keep here 1, 2 and half, it means 100 plus 100, half means 50. So it will be 250. Half means it will be 1 by 2 of 100. 100 half means 50. So here 50 cars, here 100, here 100. In July, how many they produced? Totally they produced 250. Next in August month, 100, 100, 100. Okay, one car gives us 100 cars. So 100 plus 100 plus 100, it gives us 300. Next in September, 1, 2, 3, 4. It means 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100. It will be 400. Okay, understood? So here they ask some questions. How many cars were produced in the month of July? So those are 250. In which month were maximum number of car produced? See which is the maximum here? That is 400. So we can say that in the month of September, maximum number of cars are produced. The next method is about bar graph. The bar graph is a display of information using bars of uniform width and their heights being proportional to the respective values. So here they took one academic year chart, in that number of students of the class 8th. Okay, in academic year 2003 and 4. Okay, how many are there? 100 students are there. 2004 and 5, how many are there? They are 200. 2005 and 6, there will be 250. So this, the vertical gives the number of students in a class 8th. The horizontal line gives us academic years. Okay, 2006 and 7, if you check, there will be 300 students are there. 2007 and 8, there will be 350 students are there. Okay, so by reading means studying this graph, now we have to answer the questions. What is the information given by the bar graph? So bar graph given the information about academic years along with the number of students present from 2003 to 2008. Okay, so you can write in simple form also the number of students according to academic year. In which year is increase in the number of students maximum? So in which year increase, in which year it is increased? See here, earlier it was 100, automatically it's increased to 200. So here maximum number of students are increased, and the next years only 50 are increasing. So increase in the number of students maximum, it was 2004 to 2005. Okay, so here 100 students are increased. In which year is the number of students maximum? So that is 2007 and 2008, that is 350 students are there. This is the maximum. State whether true or false. The number of students during 2005 and 6 is twice that of the 2003 and 4. So first 2003 and 4, how many are there? 100 are there. Okay, here 100 students are there. 2005 and 6. So 5 and 6, where is that? 5 and 6, here 250. But they are telling that twice that of. It is not twice, it is more than twice. So if they give 2004 and 5, we can say that they are twice, but 2005 and 6, they are not twice, they are more than twice. That's why it is false. Okay. Now double graph, double bar graph. A bar graph showing two sets of data simultaneously, it useful for the comparison of the data. Okay, so here they given the marks list of the subjects in 2005 and 6, 2006 and 7, 2 academic years. Okay, so marks obtained by a student, one side means vertical, and the horizontal line gives us subjects. In maths, so white color gives us 2005 and 6 academic year, and black color gives us academic year 2006 and 7. What is the information given by the double bar graph? The double bar graph given the information about the marks obtained by the students in the academic year 2005 and 6 and 2006 and 7. In which subject has the performance improved the most? Okay, so observe the bar graph. First maths, earlier it was 30 and automatically it becomes 60, and 50 to 55, so it is middle of that, so you can using it as 55, and 50 to 55. Here 45 to 50. Okay, so for your understanding you can write it 30 to 60, it is increased. Here 50 to 55, and so science 45 to 50, and English 50 to 45 decreased, and Hindi it was equal 60 and 60. Okay, first question over. In which subject has the performance improved the most? See, 30 to 60, the most performance improved in the maths. The next question, in which subject has the performance deteriorated? Deteriorated means lower, or else you can say worst. So see here in English 50 to 45, it is decreased. Okay, you can say that English was very lowest performance, means it is not improved, it is decreased. Next, in which subject is the performance at par? At par means as usual, so that is in Hindi. So earlier it was 60, now also it is 60. Okay, so like this you have to read the bar graph, double bar graph as well as single bar graph also. The next concept about organizing the data. So you may first collect the data as usual. Okay, it is not in the proper formats. So for that you have to make the formats like that. You have to write the like terms, or else you can say same things one side and same things another side. So here they given one table about art, math, science and English subjects. So the most liked subjects from the students, but they are shuffled. not in the proper manner. For this what we have to do? We have to check how many like art, how many like maths, how many like science, how many like English. So like that we have to make the organized manner. See here, they given subject wise and along with that tally marks. Tally marks means symbolic. Okay, total number of students, how many liked the each subject. So art liked by 7, mathematics liked by 5, science liked by 6, English liked by 4. Okay, the number of the tallies before each subject gives the number of students who liked the particular subject. This is known as frequency. Okay, so this is the frequency of that subject. Frequency gives the number of times that a particular entry occurs. So here arts occurring 7 times. So we can say that 7 is the frequency of art. So table number 3.1, frequency of the students who like English is 4. So English like students are 4 and frequency of students who like mathematics are 5. The table made is known as frequency distribution table as it gives the number of times an entry occurs. So earlier that was only one subject, means single each subject we did the organization. Now we have to make the grouping. Grouping means range from one number to another number, okay, or else the variations of the numbers. So here they given the total marks obtained in the mathematics by 60 students of the class 8th, but we don't know how many got 0 to 5, 5 to 10 or 0 to 10. So for that we have to organize. If they ask give the interval, so here they took interval of 0 to 10. So here how many got marks 0 to 10. So for that we can say that grouping means grouping at the some interval of time. Okay, so data interval or else you can say them as class interval. Okay, here instead of writing single marks we can make some range. So that range you can call it as class interval, that is 0 to 10, 10 to 20 and so on. So here they made the frequency distribution table for the above data. So here 0 to 10, so if you check you will get only 2 students, means 2 marks of the students. So it will be frequency 2. Next 10 to 20, how many students got? Totally 10 students. So 1, 2, 3, 4. For the 5 we have to make the cross. 1, 2, 3, 4 again cross. So it will be 5 plus 5, 10. So like this you have to make the grouped frequency distribution. So from this only you will get the questions. The most of the students have scored between 20 and 40. See here 20 to 40. So if you add these two you will get the more number of students. 8 students have scored more than 40 marks out of 50 and so on. So more than 40 means after 40 you have to count. So that will be 7 plus 1. So you may get some questions according to that table and you have to answer by cross verifying the table. So in each group I told we have to make the range from that 0 to 10, 10 to 20, so like that. So that one you can call it as class interval. In this class interval the first thing we can call it as lower limit R and this one upper limit. This is lower limit and it is upper limit. So here they given one example, 10 to 20 means 10 is the lower class limit and 20 is the upper class limit. Similarly in the class interval 20 to 30, 20 is lower class limit and 30 is upper class limit. Observe that the difference between the upper class limit and lower class limit for each of the class interval 0 to 10, 20 to 20, 20 to 30 etc. is equal. So if you minus it means difference will be equal. So that is 10 in the each case. So you may get different also, but each class interval you will get the same difference. This difference between the upper class limit and lower class limit is called width or size of the class interval. So you may get question, what is the size of class interval? That time you have to subtract the lower class limit from the upper class limit. So here if I subtract 20 from 30, the 10 will be our width or size of that class interval. Now representing that group data in a bar, okay, so that is bars with differences. So just we again repeat that earlier table. So here they given class interval 0 to 10, so that having the frequency 2. So this frequency is gives us number of students. So I will take that number of students on the y axis, means this is vertical side, that is number of students, and here class interval, so that will be marks of the students, means range 0 marks to 10 marks. So that will I will take on the horizontal place. Okay, so vertical and horizontal. So now first one 0 to 10. So where is that 0 to 10? So here 2 students are there. So at the 2 you have to make the bar graph. Next 10 to 20. How many are there? 20 are there. So 10 to 20, 10 are there. Okay. So at the 10 you have to increase that graph and mark it. So like this you have to do the bar graph for the grouped data also. So now directly going to the exercise. Before starting the exercise, you should know some basic things here. Here one example they given. In that example, the number of teachers and their ages, they made the arrangement here, that is ages of 25 teachers of a school. Okay. So here they given zigzag line, means jagged line. So you can say it as broken line has been used along the horizontal line to indicate that we are not showing the numbers between 0 to 20. Okay, usually we will start with 0, but here the ages start from 20. So it means 0 to 20 still numbers are there, but we are not showing that. So for this we are making here one symbol, that is jagged line or zigzag line, you can say. And bars of equal width with no gaps in between. So we have to make here without gap. Earlier in bar graph for the single data, what we did the gap between them, but here there is no gap when they given the grouped data. And height of the bar gives the number of data items in a particular group, and it is the frequency. So whatever the numbers it indicating, these are the frequency of that data. Okay. So now let's start the exercise. Exercise 3.1, for which of these would you use a histogram to show the data? So already I told histogram means a bar graph. For the grouped data we will use this one, grouped data. So let's see in which cases we will get the grouped data. The number of letters for a different areas in a postman's bag. See here total whole things we will get, we will not get in the class interval. The number of letters means we can say here it may be 400. Then what about the class interval here? Okay, so if we get only huge number, then we can't make the histogram. Next, the heights of the competitors in a athletic meets. Okay, we can do this one because here the heights of the athletics will be vary from one height to another height. Okay, so it will, we can use it as histogram. The number of cassettes produced by 5 companies. See, it is only one number, we can say that 10 lakh, 30 lakh, okay, but here we can't get the class interval or else a upper limit and lower limit. That is why this is also not possible. The number of passengers boarding train from 7 AM to 7 PM at a station. Okay, yes, obviously you can say for the 7 o'clock 100 are boarded, and 8 o'clock 50 are boarded, and 8:30. So like that for every one hour or half an hour we can say that how many passengers came or and gone. Okay, so here we will get the range, means class interval. So we can draw the bar graph or histogram for the D also. Okay, so here B and D we can make the histogram, but A and C we can't do. because we need the class intervals. The second question, the shoppers who come to departmental store are marked as man, human. So man means M, human means W, and boy means P, and girl means G. The following list gives the shoppers who came during the first hour in the morning. So here they gathered the number of man, woman, boy, girl came. Okay, so for this we have to make the frequency distribution table using the tally marks and draw a bar graph to illustrate this one. So first we have to count man, how many mans are there. Okay, so and we have to make the table. So like this we have to make the table. The frequency distribution table is as follows. The shopper first who will come, man, so we can take it as M, next woman, next boy and girl. Okay, so let's see how many men came. Okay, so I'll show one and remaining you have to do. First 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, total 15 are there. So how to draw that bar graphs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so total number of shoppers are how many? 15. Okay, so men's are 15. So like that, if you count human, so how many are there? So let's start counting 1, 2, 3. So if you count like that, so here totally you will get 28 human came and gone. So here tally marks start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So total how many came? 28 came. And if you count the boys, they will be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so those are 5. And girls will be, if you count, they will be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it will be 12. So the total how many came? 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 10, 20, carry 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 3, 6. Total how many shoppers came? Totally 60 shoppers came. Now for this we have to make the bar graph. Okay, so on vertical axis write the number of shops and horizontal line write the number of shoppers. Okay, see here like this you have to draw the graphs. So I will explain you how to do this one. So first man, M is there 15. Okay, so M means man, how many came? 15. So up to 15 you have to make width and make one rectangle. Next I took here human, that is W, 28. So W, so 28. So where it is 28? Below the 30. Okay, so if you goes like this, so it will be below the 30 and above the 25, because here I took the scale as 1 unit as 5 shoppers. Okay, so we can take our 1, 2, 3 also, but here for every interval I took 5, 5. Okay, 5, 10, 15 like that. Next the boys are 5, so this is boy. So up to where 5 we have to make the rectangle. Next girl, so girl is total how many? 12 are there. So above the 10, so nearly it will be 12. So you can mention here 15, women are 28, boys are 5, girls are 12. Okay, so this is our required bar graph. Next third one, the weekly wages of 30 workers in a factory are, here they given 30 workers weekly wages. So for this we have to make the tally marks, make frequency table with the intervals. See, earlier they didn't give an interval, here they give an interval. Okay, that is range of 800 to 810, 810 to 820, so as shown. Okay, so for this here also you have to make one table and count the wages between 800 to 810, and you have to make the tally and distributions, means frequency. Now start counting for the first interval, that is 800 to 810. So who are above than 8 and below than 810. Okay, so let's count. So 810 is there, it will goes to next. Okay, so just you have to take below the 810. So here 1, 2, next here one will be 3. Totally below 810 how many are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now you have to write the frequency in between 800 to 810 is 3. Okay, so here I give one printed one, just you go through that one, you will get to understand. So like that only you have to do the for 810 to 820, means 810 will be including and below 820. Okay, so like that you have to draw the frequency table. Fourth one, draw a histogram for the frequency table made for the data in question number 1. So just we made one table, so for that table we have to make the histogram and also we have to answer the following questions. Directly I given here printed answer, just you also draw it in your notebook and answer the questions which they given below. Okay, so observe the figure here. First one, which group has the maximum number of workers? So which group? So if you count 830 to 840, that one having maximum number of workers, that is 9. Next, how many workers earn 850 and more? Okay, 850 and more. So where we have to go? We have to go with the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay, that is 850 and above. So how many are there? Count them. So if you add them, you will get here totally 10 workers will get 850 rupees and more. And third question, how many workers earn less than 850? So you have to count the before columns, those will be, you will get totally 20 workers. So here 20 workers will earn less than 850 rupees. So like this you have to write the answers. Fifth question, the number of hours for which students of a particular class watch television during holidays is shown through the given graph. Answer the following. See here they given graph. Okay, so studying this graph you have to answer. The first question is, for how many hours did the maximum number of students watch the TV? See here, on vertical they given number of students and horizontal they given the hour. So in which maximum students are there? Here 32. It means 4 to 5 hours the students watch the TV maximum. The next question is, the how many students watch TV for less than 4 hours? So less than 4 means we have to count from the before 4, means here 22 plus 8 plus 2. So if you add these 3, we will get the answer, that is 22 plus 8, it will be 30, 30 plus 4, 34. So less than 4 hours, 34 students are watching the TV. And the third one, how many students spent more than 5 hours? More than 5 means after 5. So 8 plus 4, so it will be 14 students will watch more than 5 hours in watching TV. Okay, so 14 students are spending more than 5 hours. So like this you have to answer.